Hey, what is up YouTube? It's your boy Matty and welcome to a brand new series that I'm going to bring you called Emphatic Clan Wars. Now, what Emphatic is, it's the group of clans I've created to replace Crumplings. So, yeah, I did it a couple of weeks ago. I've got two main clans, Emphatic Farm, which is where all the sort of main players or the majority of players stay, and then Emphatic Elite. Now, Emphatic Elite is a war clan that has 10 members at the moment, and it's meant for 10v10 wars. So what this series is about is the Emphatic Elite clan wars, because they're 10v10s. So what I'm going to do is show you the all 10 attacks, because there's 10 of us, 10 of them, and essentially we might attack the same guy 2 or 3 times to get, 2 or 3 stars on him or whichever. So I'm going to show you the top attack from each one. So it'll be whoever got the most percentage or whichever. It might not be the most heroic attack. Well, saying that, it's definitely going to be the most heroic attack, isn't it? So yeah, it's going to be 10 raids. I'm going to speed through some of them towards the end once the main core is gone and it's just clean up. But what you should do is, if you're trying to learn GoWiPe, GoWiWi, you want to see how we war, and you want to try and get better at it yourself. What I'd advise doing is going back, pausing at the start of each of these videos, looking at the army comps, watching the delivery, because it's not just about the strength of your troops and heroes and everything, it's how you deploy them. Now, try and understand, while watching the videos, I'll try and talk to you a little bit about the strategy going through, but obviously this is to other people's raids, maybe sometimes mine, so they're going to each have their own thoughts, and it's just, I suppose, the more you watch and the more you'll understand why they're deploying in a certain way. So I'll try my best to talk you through anyway, but we are coming in first with Cyberplayer, who's taken on their number 10 guy. So as you can see, it was a nice town, it was a medium upgraded Town Hall 9. So the wars are pretty strong. We're against tough Town Hall 9s and 10s throughout, and that's pretty much going to be the same way through most of the wars, I'd imagine. So this raid is Shadow, with the 3 in his name. So he's nipped out to help his friend's clan for a bit at the moment. But we've filled his spot since anyway, so we've still got 10 members, and we're in a constant war. So these videos should be coming out frequently, to be fair. So you can see what he's done is he's got both golems sort of heading in towards the core, which isn't a bad idea, and then he's followed it up with Peckers, with a witch, so it looks like it's a GoWiWipe, and he's got his hero. He's only got his king for some reason. I think his queen's probably upgrading. But you can see we all use pretty much the same spell arrangement, which is 1 lightning for the CC, 2 rage spells, and 1 jump. Now, what he did there, which is a bit of a mistake, he overlapped his rage spells quite considerably. So what he might wanted to have done is just push that rage spell a bit further towards the centre of the core, maybe over the clan castle, and he would have still got the benefits of both rage spells then. So I'm also going to, I suppose, pick apart these raids a little bit. But he's already got the town hall down. His king's taking a lot of damage at the moment. I think obviously he hasn't got a queen. Not having a queen can be the difference between a 2 and a 3 star. It just completely changes the speed at which the core goes down, which troops survive and therefore which don't, and that sort of thing. So it's always going to be very difficult to get a 3 star without your queen on a town hall 9. But he's only got level 4 wall breakers, so Shadow, if you're watching this, I advise you very quickly, and his Peckers I think are only level 1, so he's got some serious upgrading to do, and witches are only level 1 as well. Anywho, we are now going into Lord Aziz's raid. Lord Aziz has been in my clan for what feels like forever. Very good member. He is a Town Hall 10. So he has got the advantage of the extra spell, and that being a free spell. He's got max golems, max wizards, and will soon have max Peckers, I believe. They're level 4 at the moment. So Aziz is doing a good job so far on delivery. He's got both golems going, or all 3 golems going inwards. He has dropped his queen and the Peckers, so you can see how he's waited for the outside buildings to be cleared before he's dropped all his sort of core troops. 1 Pecker's gone awry and gone around the outside, but that actually might turn out being an advantage because it's clearing out all those extra buildings. He's got a good group. Oh, sorry. Aziz didn't use a jump, obviously. He used a heal spell, but that's probably because his troops are more powerful. He brought enough wall breakers, so he knew he could just smash straight through. Peckers are doing a pretty good job watching the wizards as well. Most of the defences are shooting the golems, which means that the wizards are able to then clean up round. Queen's doing a great job. That position there that she's in now, she's able to take down all those cannons and the archer tower. So it's looking like it's going to be a pretty solid raid. The giant bombs have been, I would say, poorly placed as well, because they haven't done any real damage to the wizards or anything like that. The worst thing that can happen in like a GoWiPe or a GoWiWi raid is a giant bomb takes down like a group of 5 or 10 wizards or something like that, or all your witches. That is a disaster. But anyway, we are into the next raid with Sween DJ, one of my co-leaders. He's got the strategy down. He's one of my best attackers, that with Awesome Callan and a couple of others, but very, very solid player. Sween is rarely fails in war. So you can see what he's done. He's dropped the 3 golems down, a nice long straight line of wizards, and then he's waiting for everything to clear before he drops his witches. Now he only dropped 2 of them, so notice that. It's I suppose I normally drop all 4 at one go. Here comes the lightning spell. Now the CC troops have clumped. Perfect lightning spell, great rage spell as well. So that was good deployment so far. Now he saved those 2 witches. It's going to be worth noting that in a minute. You can see what's happened here though. 2 groups of wizards have started travelling around the base. All 3 golems went into the core. Now sometimes it's better if your golems, sort of one of each goes around the left and the right hand side, and sorry, no, one has gone to the right hand side. So you can see why all those wizards have been doing such a great job on the right hand side, because the golem's been covering fire for them. Now the troops are trying to break out the core, and what Sween's done here, which is brilliant, is placed his witch, one at the top right, which you can just about see, one at the top left as well. So they're going to help take down these external buildings, because his troops are trying to break back out of the core and the main base. It's important that it's helped him speed up the raid and take them down. For some reason, I should have pretty much wound forward this bit of the raid, but I thought it was quite interesting to see how his witches ended up saving his day and getting him the 3-star in the end. So you can see we're coming up to the last part of the raid now. His king's finally sort of come out the core. He's still undecided at what to do, and he's going towards that archer tower. We've got a wizard tower that's taking down all those witch skeletons, but I think she's eventually gonna go down, which it does. King's at minimal health and finally manages to take down that wizard tower. So that was a clutch 3-star in my opinion. Back to Shadow. He's had a second appearance, so fair play to you. I think so does Lord Aziz actually have 2 appearances in this this video. But what I've actually liked about this video in particular is there's a nice variation of raids. So you got Hogs, you got a drag raid coming up, you got GoWiPe, you got GoWiWi, you got GoWiWipe as well. So a lovely variation of attack strategies against some Town Hall 9s. So I was debating whether to show these sort of videos on my channel, because it's going to give everyone, it's going to make everyone just understand how we attack and what, and maybe give them a tactical advantage. But I doubt that the enemy clans we're going to face are going to be watching my videos. If you are though, if you end up your clan, by the way, his heal spell placement wasn't that good on this raid, so unlucky mate. Anyway, if you are a clan that you end up facing us, Emphatic Elite, and you watch my videos, then please let me know. You know, drop a comment on my YouTube or something, or message me on Kick or whichever. So at least I know that you watch my videos, because it'll be interesting. I think it'll be for me. It'll be really strange feeling knowing that people that watch my YouTube videos, I'm going to war against it. I think it'll add a bit of pressure to it, to be honest. What you can see on this raid is he left a pocket of archers and wizards at the bottom, which actually ended up saving his ass, and he saved a heal spell. So while they're taking down the town hall, he dropped the heal spell on him, and they made sure they took it down. Yeah, I probably would have done something different on that raid. I would have probably lured the CC, then dropped my CC on their CC and the heroes, taking down the hero so they didn't distract the hogs. So that would have been my way of deploying on that raid. But in the end, I didn't need to. The war was clearly won. They weren't really even attacking, and you'll see at the score at the end of the raid, it's like 26, I think, to 6. Or I think it might have been 24-6. So they didn't even bother this war. I think because we went in so hard and fast, they gave up pretty quickly. So another raid by Sween DJ. So he's back in the well, I can't remember what raid we're on now, 4 or 5 or whichever, but hey ho, we're just going to keep going, keep talking and commentate through it. So he's dropped his lightning spell on the CC now. His troops are heading into the core, which is perfect. All his witches are down this time, and they're going to sort of, what he wants is that archer queen to take down the wizard tower, which is done because they can wreak hell onto the witch skeletons, sorry. But it looks like the raid's going actually very well. His hero, his king, is taking a hell of a lot of damage. So here he's using the spell to keep him going. The queen's looking like she's taking a lot of damage. I don't know if she's about to die here or not, or if her ability's been used. Queen's down. So it's looking unlikely that he's going to get a 3-star. I'm trying to look at where the golems are that are left. There's one down the bottom, but on the right hand side there's too many defences left, so I doubt he's going to get a 3-star on this raid. Yeah, here it goes, it's all gone. Although those golems are just taking an absolute beating and they're going down, so I've had to speed through this. So yeah, the golems all clumped together too much on this raid, which I think was the ultimate reason why it wasn't a 3-star. So maybe we could learn from that one. Now Jonathan, he's someone that's been helping me out in this clan war. He's left since as well. And yeah, he's done a dragon raid, which, I don't know, it's kind of rare. We don't see it much in our clan because a lot of our guys are sort of GoWiPe, GoWiWi users, just because of how effective it is. But I suppose if you know what you're doing with drags, which he clearly does, he cleared a pathway on the left and the right, then sent all his core dragons into the core, dropped some loons in there as well, and he's got rage and heal spells to help him through. So he's clearly been a dragon user for a little while, so it's going to be an easy 2-star for him. What I've noticed and what seems to be quite good about using a dragon raid is obviously all his troops are going into the core now, all his dragons. They're about to take down the town hall, it's gone down, and now he's got his heroes left. Now potentially with some good hero placement he could have picked up a 3-star, although I wouldn't know how to suggest going about. So maybe he could have, towards the top air defense that's left now, dropped his king and queen like a minute ago or so to try and take down that final air defense, or maybe could have predicted it, but it didn't work out in the end. Too many of the dragons died, and therefore the cannons and arch tower survived and took down his heroes. So could have been a 3-star maybe, but there you go. Awesome Kalin, one of our best raiders we've got, and you're going to see why when we get to the number 1 video. So he's pretty much max Town Hall 9. You can see his heroes levels are both 15, his troops are pretty much max for a Town Hall 9 anyway, and all his spells and everything. Nice spread on deployment. So a golem either side, going down the outside, a bunch of wizards on each of the golems as well to help clean up all those defences. And then he's sending all his witches, all his heroes straight down into the core. He's probably going to use a jump spell now to break into the actual core itself. So this is a textbook raid, not too much overlap on the rage spell either. So looking solid so far. Those giant bombs were well placed actually, but luckily the witches stayed out of the core, which means all the skeletons that died are just going to get reproduced anyway. So that can be the reason why, by the way, GoWiWi is so good, because you've got a constant supply of skeletons. Now look at the bottom left quickly. That wizard took down that wizard tower. That might be crucial towards the end of this raid, but we'll see. And unfortunately the witches are going down now. But the reason, because witches keep generating those skeletons, as long as the witches stay alive, it's going to really... The skeletons are such great tools for distraction. I don't know what's better, sort of witch skeletons or golems, but together I know that they are a force, because that just means the wizards and the heroes can just power through the base, melt through it. And you can see here, now he did a nice little lightning down there to help weaken that cannon, because he could foresee what's going on. Now the king's just about to go down. Oh no, the cannon started shooting the golem. But anyway, a nice clean 3-star. It's a very good raid. Lord Aziz, this looks like the number 2 base potentially, because I think it was one that I was going to end up trying, but I saved my attacks for the end of the war just in case I needed them. But anyway, Lord Aziz going in on the number 2. So it's a GoWiPe, clearly. Hasn't got any witches unless they're in the CC, but I can't see any. And yeah, he's doing maybe could have done with a little bit better, a bit of a wider deployment, because it looks like all 3 golems are going to go into the core. We're going to see if that's a good or a bad thing in a minute. Some nice giant bombs there, actually, I think, which might have done some good damage to the wizards. Sorry about that chat message that's come up. It actually did freeze my screen. I think it's a thing with iOS 8 that when a message comes up within an app, it can freeze the screen. So what I ended up having to do is press the home button and it did it. But sorry you missed the town hall going down. You can clearly see what happened, though, if you watch the video back. Anyways, troops are going okay, actually. The Queen's running around the outside and she's doing a good job in taking down those defences. King's taken a bit of a beating. If only that golem would have followed the king, I think it would have been far easier raid. And the golem and P.E.K.K.A. now running around the outside. But it looks quite close. If the P.E.K.K.A. went inside then, that might have been enough to result in a potential win. But no, 91%, 94%, and the raid is over. So unlucky to Aziz there for not clutching the final star. I can't explain. Oh, it looks like he didn't have one spell. Ooh, maybe a free spell could have been the difference. Anyway, this is awesome, Callan. This is the #1 guy this raid. Now you can see that by the level of the heroes, the level of the walls, the level of the defences, that some of the defense levels are actually quite low, but this Town Hall 10, it looks formidable, and I saw it and was like, F that, I don't know if I'd raid that. But Callan, I mean, he tells me he learnt his stuff from me, and I'm just watching him in awe. So I think there's a mutual respect thing going on between me and Callan. But fair play, man. I mean, this raid is just boss. And if you want to just know how to go GoWiWi, high level bases, just watch this raid. If you're a Town Hall 9, at least anyway, because once you're a Town Hall 10, you've got heroes and stuff. Free spells and higher level troops. It is easier. So yeah, at this point in the raid, 44% is stuck really. The only person that can do damage really left is the Queen, and it's all going to come down to how well the Queen does now to see if he can get that second star. So all those skeletons flood through, which is great distraction. You can see the Wizard Tower is still shutting them down. The witches are reproducing more. And all the while, the Queen's able to start shooting down these buildings unhurt. Well, mostly unhurt. So now it's time for the Queen to use her ability, I believe, unless it's already been used. It already had been used. 49%, but look in his army camp. 12 archers left. I bet he was like, oh yeah, when he noticed that. Easy builder hurt and the 2-star on their max Town Hall 10. So we can probably see the reason they didn't even bother this clan war. So for me, this was an absolutely amazing one. We're just about to start another war. I've got another war I need to record as well in between, which is an absolute slam dunk as well. So you're going to see some sick raids in there because we've got a max Town Hall 10 that's joined us, and he 3-starred then. Anyway, I won't give you too much away for the next war, but this should be a really exciting series. You can see the attack percentage, the result. Now the number of the new stars per attack percentage might not look very good, as in 1.26. That's because we're going to have attacked bases we already attacked in 3-star and 2-star or 1-star, and it brings that average down. But for average destruction, it was a pretty good raid. I'm going to flick you through the. Don't look at my fail there. I tried a Larvunian and completely fucked it up. But for the most part, we just dominated that war, and they just completely didn't take off and didn't bother at all, really. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It's something brand new I've brought out for you. As always, comment, rate my videos, drop a like if you like them, subscribe if you haven't already, check me out on Twitter at @ClashingMatty, and yeah, let me know your thoughts, peeps.